Knew I should have ordered extra cheese. Hello, everybody. How is everyone today? Woo woo. I am eating lunch. It's a late lunch. What is this new slice? Oh, that's red peppers. Oh, it's on the other side. Duh. Sorry, guys. I am at Pizza Hut getting a personal pan pizza. They have a deal at my Pizza Hut for $5. You get a personal pan pizza and a drink, 20-ounce drink. I got root beer, so I can have a root beer float later because I'm drinking my water right now. But every now and then, you just need a pizza. Somebody chew in your ear. It's very hot. It needs to cool down a little bit. But yeah, they didn't put nearly enough cheese on it. Pizza Hut is one of the few places where the pepperoni is crunchy. And I like my pepperonis crunchy. The city of South Fulton is hiring something photography related. I'll look at that later. So I've been a little bit in limbo the last couple weeks. And I wanted to talk about that a little bit while I am lunching. As some of you may know, I no longer work for Intuit. They basically legally terminated me. My manager told me, so I'm having some plumbing issues in my house. My manager told me to take the time off to deal with my plumbing issues, and she would put the time in for me, not to worry about it. And then a couple days later, it was 2 days later, I get an email stating I was terminated because I abandoned my job for 3 days. So not only was the timeline wrong, she lied for that, but then the whole thing. Anyway, I guess she thought I wouldn't screenshot when she told me that. I kind of knew she was going to do something because she's been using me as her scapegoat for dropping the ball on a lot of things because I was new. But anyway, this is about the future, not the past. Pizza. So I'm looking at trying to figure out what I'm going to do because we don't have any water. Well, we have water, but we can't take a shower at the house. We have to go to the gym to take a shower. We can wash clothes and wash dishes. We just have to be careful because the water's backing up into the tub. And the toilet's fine because it's on its own separate little thing, apparently. So we haven't heard from our property management company in almost a month now. This has been going on for a month and a half. So we had to make some decisions on what we were going to do with that. And I guess we're just going to deal with it. We're trying to, I contacted a lawyer, and I'm not sure why I even did that because she just told me what I already knew and I had to go do it myself. I'm like, thank you. I was contacting you so you would deal with it, not me. I'm tired of dealing with everything. But I digress. So we did all that. We did in the state of Georgia. There's a couple. Basically, you can have the repairs done yourself and deduct it from your rent, or you can break your lease. So I went and got an estimate and sent it to them and gave them the time allotted, blah, blah, blah. The estimate is not anything we can afford because all of the plumbing needs to be ripped out and replaced. The short version. They had freaking duct tape some of it together. They knew that the plumbing was an issue before we moved in. But anyway. So I've been trying to figure out what I want to do job-wise. Do I just want to, I don't really want to deliver. I hate delivering. I just burnt myself out on delivery. I don't want to do that anymore. Just basically driving around. I burnt myself out on that completely. A lot of that has to do with my car accident and my PTSD from that. Got a reply. I've been fighting with unemployment for a year and a half now. And I've got a reply. I made an appointment and I got some movement on that finally. And then they sent me a letter yesterday. I received yesterday saying I needed to send them information that I had sent them like last year, in the beginning of last year. So I'm like, yay. And they won't even look at my Intuit stuff until we clear up the rest of the stuff from Amazon. And then with moving, we're not ready to move right now, so that's going to be put off until the first week, like in January, probably beginning to mid-January. I've got clients through January 2nd, so I can't leave before then. Because we're just going to have to deal with the issues at the house however we're going to have to deal with them. And then, what kind of job do I get? So I've been applying to a bunch of things, and I'm just like, I don't really want this, but I need a job. So then I was thinking, and then I talked to some people in my class because I'm going to school for coding. And I talked to some graduates and some other people in the class. And like, when in the process did you start applying for jobs? When did you get hired? Blah, 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 blah. And a lot of them were like, start now, because by the time you get hired, it takes time. And by the time you get hired in, you'll be done with your class. And I'm like, okay. Basically everything they said, this is what I need to do. So I'm applying for jobs for January. And I'm also applying in my field, it'll be mostly remote jobs anyway, but I also applied to some field related jobs that are remote that I can take with me until I find something better, as well as maybe some like other jobs that are kind of related. A lot of Apple stuff, because I wouldn't mind going back and working with Apple. I didn't work directly for Apple before. I worked for a contractor. They have a no rehire policy regardless of why you leave. And I left because my business took off and then the pandemic hit and blah, blah, blah. Anyway. So I applied directly with Apple for the same position as well as some other positions. And then I applied because with Apple, if I apply for a company doing like tech support, and then I can move into the other department once I graduate. That's my plan. If I can't get hired directly on for that position, work for a company that I can move into that position. So I did that, as well as with a contractor that contracts for Apple that had actually hired me before, but I took the Intuit job. So I contacted them to see if they were still hiring. A doggy, little tiny doggy. I mean, the dog's actually smaller than my cat. So that is where we are right now. I have been scattered and unfocused. I still want to do the photography and the videography and learn all that stuff. But that's just, basically hobby right now. It's stuff I do on my personal time as a hobby. Same with my 3D printing and all that, because I decided not to open my 3D printer right now. I got a really good deal for a 3D printer for $99 at Micro Center. Some of you may remember my short drive out there. um, so it was a deal I couldn't pass up, but I don't see any reason to open it right now because I don't want to get it assembled just to have to pull it back apart to ship to carry it down with me. And plus, I don't want to get stuck going down there, be in a position like Steve from Steve's World where you have the money to pay for something, but you don't have a job. I don't have the luxury. I don't, I probably have people I could stay with, but I don't really want to do that. I see somebody to put up with me and my dog and my cat and everybody. I think Chris will be going to Thailand. I just don't want to do that. I haven't seen one of those in a while. It's an Insight Toyota. It's the Toyota. That little red car is a Toyota. They came out when the Prius came out. I've had a friend that has one. And that one looks newer than my friend's, though. So I'm doing all of this while I'm trying to get my house packed up and get rid of things and deal with the plumbing issues. And it's just like it's just like I told Chris, and it's another part that was an issue too, is because so much has happened to me in the last several years. And it's like, why is all of these things happen to one person? You know? It's just ridiculous. And a lot of people are having problems with their property management company doing any repairs in their apartments or their houses because partially because there's nobody to do it, and partially because they've gone for years with other people not paying their rent for the last year or whatever. But I feel like we paid our rent throughout the whole pandemic, and a lot of times it was a struggle, but we paid our rent when we didn't really have to until the moratorium was lifted. But we did because we didn't want to be in that position, and we're responsible that way. But now it's just like we're treated like this, crazy stuff. But anyway, I feel a lot better. I need direction. I need a direction to move in. I can't be limbo. Limbo just when things happen, I can limbo myself for a day, shut down and reset, but then I have to have a direction. And I was having a hard time doing the reset this time. Like I normally would. Normally I'd be like, okay, they fired me and this sucks. So what am I going to do about it? And I'd spend maybe a day, a little bit of that day wallowing and then making a plan, figuring out what I want to do. But I don't know why I just wasn't able to do that this time. I think it's because I had so much going on that I was having to deal with. I don't know. All right. So today it is 79 degrees. We are in Decatur, Georgia. We're actually on the edge of Decatur, Georgia, the outside edge. The city of Decatur has extended their mask mandate to November 1st. We are the only city in the whole metro area that has a mask mandate at all. We like to thumb our noses at the governor, I guess. I mean, they haven't done anything about it up until now. In public spaces and indoors. I guess that would include schools, since they're in the ones in the city limits. You don't hear a lot in the news anymore about people on COVID dying and stuff like that. But I see a lot of it in my socials and my neighbor apps and stuff. It's just, I think they're just taking it out of the news. I don't know. I don't look at the statistics and the numbers. I probably should. Ooh, that's a pretty red. Mazda has such a pretty red. Our Mazda's got more of a brown red, but that red is really pretty. And a new car too. Okay, I need to put that down. We're gonna drive now. Because of where I am in the traffic patterns, we're gonna go around the block instead of you're gonna hear my backup camera in a minute yelling at me. Nope. Instead of the way I should be going, that'll give you guys more time with me. And I know that's what everyone wants, time with me. I'm just kidding. Bouncy, bouncy. Bread was a bad idea. It was a bad plan. I love my bread so much. My stomach does not. Especially when I'm drinking water on top of it. Probably not a good plan. So I woke up I went to bed early last night. I think I was asleep like 10:30, 11. Then I woke up about almost 2 o'clock. My cat, Bella, likes to play in the night. She starts playing. When I go to bed, she's laying there in the bed and she's so cute and she's so sweet and she's all cuddly or stretched out on the bed up against me or what have you. About 2 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that. I guess I didn't need to get in the left lane here. So about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, she becomes the hell monster. Yes, I know what I said and I meant to say it because that's what she becomes. My little Tasmanian devil. She's not mean or vicious. She just gets into everything and plays with everything. And the other night, like the night before last, she was in my closet, running around in my closet, just back and forth, running around. And I think it was last night, no, night before last, she kept finding Q-tips. And I have no idea where she was finding them. But I'd take it away and throw it away. And then a few minutes later, she'd have another one. I'd take it, I'd throw it away. She'd bring me another one. I have no idea where she was getting them. She must have got into something somewhere, some kind of stash. I don't know. But I'm just like, really? With the Q-tips, stop. And then last night, she kept bringing me other stuff. And I don't mind her playing it at 3 o'clock in the morning. She just feels the need to do it in the bedroom by her mommy. She wants to be with her mommy and near her mommy. Occasionally, she wants to try to play with her mommy's feet. And that's never good. Ugh. My little monster. But I managed to weigh her today. I have been working on picking her up and carrying her around. She'll allow me, she actually asks me for it now. It's so cute. But I can pick her up and hold her as long as I'm sitting down. It's okay. I didn't need to be in this lane, too. I need to fix that so it's more clear. Anyway, I can pick her up and I can hold her as long as I'm sitting down. And she'll put her little head on my shoulder and she'll cuddle up into me and stuff like that. She doesn't like it when I'm standing up. So we've been working on that now. And originally she didn't like me to pick her up at all. But then she would come over and ask me to pick her up and put her on the desk. So I would do that. And she comes over and she'll come under my chair and she'll look at me, she'll go, meow. And then she'll like hop up on her back legs and tap me with both her front paws. It's so cute. And she'll look at me. So I'll pick her up. But she didn't like to be picked up to be put on the desk. But then she got to the point where that was okay. And she trusted me to do that. She would actually ask me to do that. And then we got to the point where I could pick her up and hold her and cuddle with her a little bit. And she'd cuddle with me and all that stuff. And now we're working on the standing up. So I managed to hold on to her and get her to be still long enough to stand on the scale with her. And then I let her down and got on the scale myself and then subtracted the difference. That's how you weigh a cat at home. Well, she's 8.2 pounds. We won't discuss what I weigh, but she weighs 8.2 pounds. And she's almost 6. She's just coming up on 6 months. Ugh. This is going to be my big girl. She likes to follow me around the house and stuff like that. And if she's awake and I'm in the morning, sometimes I'll still be in bed and he'll be up. He'll get home and she'll follow him around the house. And it's a fun game, to run back and forth down the hallway. She's fast and she's dark and the carpet's dark, so it's kind of hard to keep up with her sometimes. But I hope she always stays the little kitten that follows me and listens for the most part. She's starting to get a little vicious with the claws. There's a human back there. I think she'll probably top out at like 12 pounds. I don't think she's gonna get a little bit more, maybe 14. She's gonna get a little bigger. That's a traffic. I need to stop eating this pizza. I have lost weight. Not enough, and I need to actually pay more attention to that. What is going on with that car? The car's got something on its roof. Must be a pizza car. Ran the red light. We gotta watch around here. People drive stupid. That's how I got my accident. Oh, he's had a flower on his car. Okay. Lots of flowers. Oy. I have a voicemail. Oy. Actually, I think I know what that is. I'm sleepy. But anyway, I went back to sleep around 5:30, 6 o'clock. And I woke up at 8 and I had a headache. I don't know why. Who wants a chair? I do not want a chair. I have enough chairs. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream. I thank everybody for showing up before, during, and after. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. If you would, hit the like button for me. I would appreciate it. Got some plans, and every like helps. See everybody in the streams.